So today wasn't the best day for the stock market, guys. Check it out. We had the S&P 500 close down 0.75%. The Russell went down 1.4%. The NASDAQ went down 1%. And we had the Dow down 0.6% as the VIX went up over 4%. And we had gold up 0.3% as silver broke even. And let me see what oil ended up doing. Last I checked, oil was under $70 a barrel. And yeah, it still is, guys. We actually got down to $67 a barrel. That was this morning, which, oh my God, I didn't realize it got down that much. So we're going to break down the markets in this video, maybe some stocks at the end of the video if we have time. But before we actually do that, guys, don't forget to get your free money from Moomoo, which the clock is ticking. You can get up to 17 stocks, each up to $2,000. All you have to do is go down below, open up your account, and fund it with at least $100, and you get one free share of C3AI stock right off the bat, which is actually exclusive to this channel. And on top of that, you get 5 more stocks, again, each up to $2,000, and that's just with a $100 deposit. And if you deposit at least $1,000 on top of all the stocks you already got, you also get 10 more stocks, totaling 16 stocks. And it gets even better, guys, if it can even get better. If you fund your account with at least $5,000 on top of the 16 stocks you already got, you also get a free share of either Tesla stock or Google stock guaranteed, which is unbelievable. So use that link down below. I appreciate you guys as always, because that is an affiliate link. Get your free money. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So check it out. Again, we had a red day all across the board today. And to me, guys, I don't know about you, but it seems like SPY is coming down towards the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, which has held over the past couple of months. Ever since the end of March, early April, we've held that point, which at this point, guys, is almost 3 months of us, moving above that moving average. And at this point, we're clearly under the 50 SMA. We closed under that today, yesterday as well, and probably, it looks like the day before. And the past couple of days, if you guys have been living under a rock, have not been the best for the stock market, right? We can see SPY hit around, let me see here on the 10-day. And by the way, this is the S&P 500. For those of you guys that didn't know, SPY is now down from 443 to 433. In other words, it's down about 2.5% in the past roughly week, a little bit over a week. That was on the 15th of June when we hit that high. And pretty much since that point, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight days of selling. And triple Q, you guys can see, is probably down a little bit more from that high, or their recent high, or its recent high rather, where it hit 372.85. Now it's at what? 362. So this is down around 2.8, close to 3% in just the past couple of days, roughly 1 week at this point in time. So the markets are, no doubt about it, pulling back, cooling off in the short term. And just like SPY, guys, here on triple Q, I think it's pulling back to the 180 SMA, right? You guys can see that's right around 348, 350. I think a healthy spot for this to go is that point, right? I think it needs to come down a little bit more. And at that point, we probably will continue. I mean, I don't want to say for sure. Nobody knows, what the future holds. But at that point, I think we might get some sort of relief rally, since that has held as support over the past couple of months, ever since the middle end of March here on triple Q. So pretty much 3 months at this point. So that's what I'm thinking, guys. I think very simply, they're going to move down to the 180 moving averages here, both triple Q and SPY. And let me see on the 20-day chart. Yeah, it looks like we have a death cross here and potentially a head and shoulders. If I show you guys this, let me show you. Boom, left shoulder right there, head right here. Then we have the right shoulder right here. Then we also have a death cross, so maybe that does lead to more selling, maybe, just maybe, guys. And SPY, if I pull it up, probably the same thing, right? I think we talked about this in a recent video. Yeah, we have the left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder right here, as we also have a death cross on this 20-day 1-hour chart. So yeah, this could be leading to more selling, which I think is healthy considering how much the markets have gone up this year. SPY's up 18% roughly year to date, and I believe triple Q's up something like 40% year to date, which completely just blows my mind, guys. I mean, yeah, actually more like 35%. Not 40%. It was 35%. Either way, it's up a lot, guys. Pretty much almost 40%. and it needs to pull back, right? That's the reality here of the matter when it comes to SPY and Triple Q. And if I pull up, let me see what the Russell's looking like today, guys. The Russell ended up going down 1.4%, and it did break out of the moving averages a couple trading days ago, about a week, actually more like 2-3 weeks ago at this point. We ran from around 1820 up to about 1900 plus, actually, and now it looks like it's starting to go back towards 1800. Maybe it breaks under 1800 and starts selling back to the 17s. This is not looking the best. It's not completely collapsing right now, but it's on the verge of maybe taking out a major support, which right around 1800, guys, 1810. Not only is that, right where the moving averages are right now, but that's also by the highs from pretty much all of April heading into May, which is now support as well. So if we fall through 1800, 1810, more selling to come, in my opinion, on the Russell. And let me see what the Dow's looking like here. Dow looks like it's also starting to creep back under the moving averages, and we tried breaking out of this trend line, but now it looks like we're getting right back under the trend line. If I draw a new one out, guys, not looking the best. You guys see what I just drew out? Looks like the Dow is getting rejected at this point. And if you were a bull, you would have wanted to see it break, let's say 34,800, 35,000, but clearly we did not do that here on the Dow. And on oil, let me see what's going on here on oil, guys, /CL. This is crude oil. We did try breaking out above 71, 72 a barrel earlier today, but that didn't happen, and we ended up going down to 67, or was that yesterday? Either way, we tried breaking back into the mid-70s a barrel, but now we ended up going down on the day. We got down to 67 a barrel, which you guys can see has held over the past couple of weeks, actually almost 2 months. So if we do ultimately break under $67 a barrel, that's where things are really going to get ugly, in my opinion, on oil. But until then, it's kind of moving sideways here between 67 to about 70, 71. So I just put my alert at $67 mark is at or below, and we'll see where it goes from that point, guys, in the very short term. And with that being said, let me see some stocks here that ended up moving today. Some moved up a ton. Today we had Smith & Wesson, which I talked about in my video this morning, I believe. But if you guys missed it, they reported earnings recently, I think yesterday, and their stock went up 20% on the day. It's completely breaking out now. We're seeing a breakout of the ascending triangle here. You guys see we hit 1365, roughly that, and we went up over $2 per share on the day. We had Bed Bath & Beyond, which you guys know, now they sold their intellectual, if I could talk today, property to Overstock for $21 million, which really is pennies on the dollar, which makes sense considering they're filing for bankruptcy. They're going through that process, and really it's not looking like there's good news for at least the Bed Bath & Beyond side of things here, guys. Let me see what Overstock stock did today. I think it's OSTK or something like that. You guys can see it went down 4% on the day, but yesterday when we got the news, the official news, I think it went up a ton. Let me see here. From $21 to $26. That was a 24% move on Overstock. Let's go back to BBBYQ. And you guys know, at this point, their most valuable asset is Bye Bye Baby, which I think that auction is going to be on the 28th, if I remember correctly. So we'll see what happens on that day, which is, I think, next Wednesday, potentially, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think that's on Wednesday. And we can see Bed Bath & Beyond, which probably I'll make a video on tomorrow. We do look like we're about to break out. The stock went up 15% on the day, and it went up 3 cents. So, yeah, guys, looks like that ascending triangle, and this is playing out as well. Let's see how that officially plays out next week as we do get the auction for Bye Bye Baby. We'll see who ends up buying them, which I think, they'll for sure get bought out. But it's a waiting game now. It's a waiting game, guys. We can see Coinbase ended up going up today, which you guys know they have that whole situation going on with the SEC right now. A lot of the coins or cryptos, or whatever the heck you want to call them, on the platform, the SEC is claiming they're securities, and Coinbase is like, no, they're not, yada, 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 back and forth, which, guys, let's be honest, they're kind of securities at this point. I kind of agree, but we're not going to get into that in this video. But look, Coinbase went up 6.9%. and what was it, $4 on the day. And it looks like here we are actually starting to break out of the moving averages. But if we pull up the channel tool, you guys can see we're still clearly in this channel, which is not the best sign. And of course, I'm not touching this thing at all as the whole SEC debacle is playing out, which who knows how long that's going to last. But yeah, Coinbase, any of these crypto brokerages or exchanges, whatever you want to call them, the ones that are publicly traded, I'm not touching them with a 5,000 foot pole. You know, Binance, we saw what happened with Voyager. What was the other one? Celsius, I think, right? Of course, FTX, how could I forget? I mean, geez, guys, this stuff is insane. And I think the price of Bitcoin is up a lot recently, which maybe I'll trade that if I, feel like it. But when it comes to these stocks, these companies, no shot I'm buying them. There's no shot I'm buying them, and we'll see how it ends up playing out. That's just my opinion, guys. I'd rather just be on the sidelines than gamble on these. I don't know about you. But beyond me today, 3% Green Day, all right. Visa 0.5, which is on the verge of breaking out. You guys can see Visa here. It's right around 230, which today, it closed at what, 229.50. So if we break 230, 235, in my opinion, we're going to get a huge leg up on Visa. Let me see what went down today, guys. Of course, Virgin Galactic, we talked about that earlier. They're raising a lot of money. They're doing a share offering, diluting shareholders, not the best sign. So their stock went down 20% on the day. JD went down, Chinese company. You guys probably know them, down 5% on the day. AMC, oof, guys. AMC back under $4, or right on the cusp of $4. It's about to go right under that probably next week by the looks of it. And let me see on the 5-day, did we go under 4 today? Nope, we closed at 401. No joke, 401 on the dot. So AMC's not looking good. Let me see. SoFi went down, which we covered earlier. Airbnb 2.5% red day. So we had a lot of red, a lot of green. I mean, not a lot of green actually. We had a couple stocks that went up a ton, but a lot of them went down about 0.5%, 1-2%, and that's usually how the markets go, guys. I mean, there's not, typically on a red day, a lot of stocks just go down 1-2%. Sometimes we have those that go down 5-10%, depending on how volatile they are. But a lot of the big companies, they just, today at least, they went down about 1.5, 1.5%. Like Microsoft today went down a little bit, which needs to come down. Same with Triple Q, which is pulling back. That needs to come down a little bit more, like we said. So that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, today was pretty interesting. A lot of stocks moving everywhere, and I don't want to keep this video too long. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. And before you guys click off, don't forget to get up to 17 free stocks for Moomoo, each up to $2,000. They're the sponsor of this video, guys. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get a free share of C3AI stock, and you get 5 more stocks, each up to $2,000. And fund your account with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 16 stocks, and fund it with at least $5,000 on top of all the stocks you already got. You also get a free share of either Tesla or Google, guaranteed, which, guys, this is limited time. The clock's ticking. So use that link down below, or again, go to StocksAreFast.com/Moomoo. And by the way, full disclosure, it is an affiliate link. It helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. And with that being said, cheers. Have a great weekend. I'll see you in the next video whenever the heck I decide to make another one.